Good morning, children. Today we are doing third chapter of Civics, Democracy and Diversity. In this chapter, we study how democracy responds to social differences, divisions, and inequalities. Chapter covers following topic: origin of social differences, types of social division, outcomes of politics of social divisions, determinants of outcome of politics of social divisions. Today, in this module, we will do origin of social differences and types of social division. Let us start. Democracy and diversity. Diversity means being different from each other. Society comprises of different people. In the last chapter, we saw how power can be distributed to accommodate linguistic and regional diversities. But language and reason are not the only features that give a distinct identity to people. Sometimes people also identify themselves and relate with others on the basis of their physical appearance, class, religion, gender, caste, tribe, etc. The question arises, what are the bases of social differences? These social differences are either based on accident of birth or based on our choices. Normally, we don't choose to belong to our community. We belong to it simply because we are born into it. We are born into it, and this is accident of birth. We all experience social differences based on accident of birth in our everyday lives. People around us are male or female. They are tall or short, have different kinds of complexions, or have different physical abilities or disabilities. But all kind of social differences are not based on accident of birth. Some of the differences are based on our choices. For example, most of us choose what to study, which occupation to take up, and which games or cultural activities to take part in. All these lead to formation of social groups that are based on our choices. And overall, it helps in the formation of a diverse society. Before starting next topic, first we will discuss three words: similarities, differences, and division. Similarities means resemblance or the relation of sharing properties. Differences means the quality of being different from each other. Divisions means a section of a large group or the act or process of dividing anything. We all know these words. Let us talk about these words in the context of society. I am starting with the example of our school, St. Francis Xavier. All of us are Xavierites, so this is a similarity among us. At the same time, Xavier family is comprised of four pillars. These are people in the management, teachers, students, and our helping staff. So this is difference among us on the basis of the role we are playing. Teachers are for teaching, students are for studying, etc. etc. I'm taking another difference. Among children, few are coming from city, few are from villages. Some students are good at dance, some are good at sports, some are good at oration, and many. If these differences overlap with each other, it will create division. For example, suppose somehow opinion formed that children who are coming from villages are strong and good in sports but not good in oration. And this opinion starts affecting the selection of a sport team. So what happened here? The overlapping of differences means students from villages are strong, are good in sports, having good stamina, but maybe not good in oration. So they are best for forming the sports team. It creates division among the students. Let us talk the same example from another perspective. Children are from villages and from towns, but there is an equal probability for both to be good at sports and oration. So whenever the teams are formed, participants are from both. and it will not lead to division among the students. So, first one is an example of overlapping differences which create division among the student. And second one is cross-cutting differences, means where one identity is not dominating the other identity. It is a it helps to get mingle into the society, and it is example of cross-cutting differences. This is explained in the NCERT book with the example of athletes participating in 1968 Olympic held at Mexico. Types of social division: overlapping differences and cross-cutting differences. Social division takes place when some social differences overlaps with other differences. When one kind of social difference becomes more important than the other and people start feeling that they belong to different communities. For example, the difference between the blacks and whites becomes a social division in the US because the blacks tend to be poor, homeless, and discriminated against. In our country, Dalits tend to be poor and landless. They often face discrimination and injustice. Situations of this kind produce social division. Cross-cutting differences. If social differences cross-cut one another, it is difficult to pit one group of people against the other. It means that the groups that share a common interest on one issue are likely to be in different sides on a different issue. For example, consider the cases of Northern Ireland and Netherlands. Both are predominantly Christian but divided between Catholics and Protestants. In Northern Ireland, class and religion overlap with each other. Catholics are also more likely to be poor and may have suffered a history of discrimination. In the Netherlands, class and religion tend to cut across each other. Catholics and Protestants are about equally likely to be poor or rich. The result is that Catholics and Protestants have had conflict in Northern Ireland, and while they do not do so in Netherlands. Overlapping social differences create possibility of deep social divisions and tensions. Cross-cutting social differences are easier to accommodate. So, uh, we can say it's not our difference that divide us, it's our inability to celebrate it. Do the given homework. Thank you and have a nice day. Listen to your parents.